Welcome to Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp. Today I'll be looking at my top 10 board games at the Spiel Fair in Essen, Germany. The Spiel Fair in Essen, Germany is one of the largest board gaming conventions in the world. It is actually the end of October, so still a little bit of ways, but I already have a full list of games that I wanted to share with you. I'm really excited about them. Now, I'm personally not going to be there, but Will and Sarah from Tantrum House will be there. They're going to be helping out Renegade Games, so if you'll be there, stop by their booth and say hi to them. Now, this video is going to be more than 10 games. I've actually divided into 4 different categories. The first category is games that are going to be demoed but not for sale. I'll do a top 10 for that. The next category will be games for sale that I personally played. And the next category will be expansions for games that are for sale. And then the last 10 will be games that I am anticipating that I haven't played yet. Let's get started on today's video.
Number 10.
So number 10 of games being demoed at Essen is Fired Up from Draw Lab. Now, this game I personally haven't played, but a few have from Tantrum House. I like the premise of the game that players are spectators in a cyberspace arena and they can influence sort of what's going on in this futuristic sport. And the art is from the Micho, which is pretty cool.
Number 9.
Number 9 is Endangered from Grand Gamers Guild. Melissa and I have played a few games of the prototype. This is a very challenging co-op game where players are trying to save endangered species. And the cool thing is there are different modules to the game where you can play and try to save different types of endangered species. The other cool thing is that Tantrum House has a promo pack for this game.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Roam and Roll from PCS Games. I love a good roll and write game, and this one sounds interesting with some dice drafting and drawing out your city of Rome on the 7 hills.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Godspeed from Pandasaurus. This company has put out some pretty good games recently, and I'm interested about this one because they say it is an alternate timeline for the space race.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Unicorn Fever. We actually have a prototype copy here from Horrible Games. This is a game about unicorns in a race, trying to see who's the fastest. It's a betting type game. It's a game for 2 to 5 players, and it plays in about an hour.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Tidal Blades from Druid City Games. This game is all kinds of amazing, so if you can demo it, I'd highly recommend it. It's got worker placement, card drafting, and more, and some pretty sweet art.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Folded Wishes from B&B Games. I've always been enamored with the art of origami, the folding of paper, and it's pretty cool that there's a game that uses that art style, and you can actually fold paper into unique pieces for the game.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Honey Buzz from Elf Creek Games. They've put out a few games already. One recently was Atlantis Rising, which we did a preview video for. And this one, Honey Buzz, has been generating some buzz. And it's got some worker placement and tile placement. So try and demo that one too.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Merchant's Cove from Final Frontier Games. If you're looking for a truly unique game, then check this one out. Every player has their own gameplay mechanic on how they create items to sell to the marketplace. One player has this potion explosion mechanic, another one's using dice, another one is using a spinner, another one has a roll and write game that they're playing.
Number 1.
And number 1 for me is Fractions of Time and Future Imperfect. Now, I'm sort of cheating, but it is from the same game. It's Anachrony from Mind Clash Games. I love the new blink mechanic in Fractions of Time and really interested in what Future Imperfect will bring to the table. It says it's a modular expansion that comes with 3 different modules: Hypersync, Quantum Loops, and Intrigues of the Council. Now, from this list of 10 games, Tantrum House has done a video for Fired Up, Endangered, Merchant's Cove, and Fractures of Time. So you can check those out on our channel. And Unicorn Fever, right here, this will be coming soon. Let's go to the next category of games that I've played that are for sale.
Number 10.
Number 10 is Era. This is Era the Medieval Age from Eggert Spiel. This is a roll and build game. You start off small, but then you're rolling dice to continue to build out your city, and you have to feed your people. You can get more dice based on what you build. I really like the three-dimensionality of this game. Melissa and I will be putting together a video review of this very soon.
Number 9.
Coloma from Final Frontier Games. We played a prototype of this. I like the worker placement aspect, and I like the rotating section in the middle of the board, whether you can boom or bust, and we did a video for this as well.
Number 8.
Paranormal Detectives from Lucky Duck Games. Melissa and I were actually able to play a copy of this at the Dice Tower Con, and I like the deduction party game that this is. It takes like Mysterium to a different level. Of course, with Mysterium, you have the ghost giving clues, but in this game, Paranormal Detectives, the ghost is giving clues, but it's more like tactile and a more interactive experience.
Number 7.
The Artemis Project from Grand Gamers Guild. Melissa and I love dice worker placement games like Kingsburg. This one does some really cool things with the dice. You need higher values for some actions and lower values for others. So check out the Artemis Project from Grand Gamers Guild.
Number 6.
Papillon from Colossal Games. I love the table presence of this game. I like the tile placement. Like the placing your butterflies on the different bushes for the area majority scoring.
Number 5.
Lovelace and Babbage from Artana Games, and now Genius Games, since Genius bought out Artana. This, in the words of Melissa, is math made fun. I'm usually not a big fan of real-time games, but I love it in this one. I love how you're working out different combinations to get the right numbers for your sheet. And Tantrum House has a promo card for Lovelace and Babbage, and I know we have a few left, so if you're interested in purchasing one, you can email Sarah at Sarah, S-A-R-A, at tantrumhouse.com. That's Sarah at tantrumhouse.com. Let's move on to the next number.
Number 4.
Sierra West from Board and Dice. I'm a big fan of games set in the frontier times. One of my favorite games is Lewis and Clark. This game is pretty cool with the different modes of play. You can go fishing in one game, or you can dig for gold, or you can fight some bandits. And I like the gameplay mechanic of the card programming in your player board.
Number 3.
Tapestry. Melissa and I have played this a few times now. This is the newest game from Stonemaier Games. This game is a civilization game that plays in under 2 hours. Maybe with 5 players, maybe a little bit more than 2 hours. You start as a small civilization, and you have your own asymmetric power, and you're growing your civilization by moving up different tracks, advancing on different tracks like science, technology, exploration, or military. And of course, you're trying to grow your civilization to be the best one. And of course, the person with the most points at the end of the game is the winner.
Number 2.
Colors of Paris from Super Meeple and Luma Imports. I was initially intrigued by the theme of this game, and then I found out it was a worker placement game. Love it. One of the coolest things in this game is how the game state changes as the board rotates from round to round.
Number 1.
Melissa and I love a good word game like Codenames, and CGE has done it again with Letter Jam. This is a co-op game where you cannot see your own letters. Sort of think of like Hanabi, if you've played that. All the letters in front of you are face down, and they spell a word, but they're all scrambled up so you don't know what that word is. So throughout the game, players are giving each other clues through words to help you deduce what your letters are. This is no party game. It's pretty thinky, which I love, and it plays up to 6 players. Now, from this list of 10 games that I played, we've done videos for Coloma, Artemis Project, Papillon, Lovelace and Babbage, Sierra West, Tapestry, Colors of Paris, and Letter Jam. So check those out on our channel. Let's move to expansions.
Number 10.
Alright, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Started with number 10, but I think I'm just going to run through these really fast. So number 10 is the Inish expansion from Matago, Seasons of Inish. This brings a 5th player and some new action cards. Number 9 is Clank Temple of the Ape Lords from Renegade Games. We have like all the versions of Clank and the expansions, so this one sounds pretty interesting. Plundering for treasure deep in the jungle. Number 8 is Rise to Nobility, the expansion by Final Frontier Games called Beyond. It adds a new board, a new resource, the Rock Rose, and makes the game an all-around meteor worker placement game. Number 7 is the Barenpark expansion from Lookout Games, the Bad News Bears. It comes with 3 new modules, new goals, adding grizzly bears, of course, and new tiles. Number 6 is the Dizzle expansion from Schmidt Spiel. It's a dice drafting, roll and write game that has different levels that you play. We have the levels 1 through 4, and now they have levels 5 through 8 coming out. Number 5 is the War Chest expansion. One of the best 2-player games that's come out last year was War Chest, and now there's the Nobility expansion with 4 new influential units that you can add to the game. Number 4, though, is Low Memory from Board and Dice. You might be familiar with the Awakening escape game. And I guess technically Low Memory isn't an expansion, it's a standalone game, but I thought it fit well here. It's the next game in the escape game line from Board and Dice. Number 3 is the Teotihuacan Expansion. We were a little late to the party in playing Teotihuacan from Board and Dice, but the expansion for it brings so many cool things, from player powers to new boards to seasons and more. It adds really great stuff to an already great game. Number 2 is the Newton expansion from Cranio Creations. This was one of Melissa and mine's favorite games from last year, Newton. So we're really excited about the Great Discoveries expansion with 30 new action cards and new discovery tiles. Number 1, the Trickerion Expansions. There's a Doggar's Academy and Dawn of Technology from Mind Clash Games. Trickerion is in my top 20 games of all time, and I really can't wait to get these to the table. We got an advanced copy at Gen Con. Doggar's Academy brings a new location, new specialists, and new magicians, and Dawn of Technology brings contraptions and signature tricks. I'll hopefully be working on the Trickerion expansion video for those very soon. Let's move on to my most anticipated games at Essen Spiel Fair that I haven't played yet.
Number 10.
Alice in Wordland from Draw Lab. I'm always interested in a new word game. This one comes with a music playing teapot that acts as a timer, and you have to follow crazy restrictions that are played from the Queen of Hearts.
Number 9.
Mystery House from Cranio Creations. I might just be intrigued because of the novelty of the thing that you're looking into, this 3D mansion. Sounds cool.
Number 8.
Flotilla from WizKids. One of the designers of this is JB Howell, who also did Papillon. I really enjoyed that game. Flotilla, you are building your own flotilla, so maybe like a city building game. I actually saw a prototype of this at TantrumCon last year. We will have TantrumCon 2020 coming soon. You can learn more information about TantrumCon at www.tantrumcon.com.
Number 7.
Miyabi. Melissa and I saw a copy of this from Haba at Gen Con. It's got a cool tile-laying puzzle thing going on in the game.
Number 6.
Clank Legacy. Like I said earlier in this video, I'm a big fan of the Clank line. We have like everything. It's a cool deck building game if you haven't tried it. And I also enjoy legacy games, so putting those things together, I'm excited to check it out.
Number 5.
Trismegistus, hopefully I said that right, from Board and Dice. If you're looking for a heavier, thinkier game, then check this game out. I was doing a little research, and it's this alchemist theme, which sounds cool, and it sounds like there might be a little hint of Coimbra in it with how you're looking at the pips and colors of the dice, and I'm a big fan of Coimbra, so excited about this one too.
Number 4.
Paris New Eden from Madigo. Melissa and I saw a copy of this at Gen Con. A lot of post-apocalyptic games are this like barren desert with these deformed beings, but not in this one. This one you have lush vegetation as you're trying to forge the future for Paris, and it's got a pretty cool dice drafting mechanism too.
Number 3.
Aquatica from Cosmodrome. I loved Smartphone. That was an earlier game from this company, and this one sounds cool and looks cool too, with a 3-layered board and this like card rising mechanic.
Number 2.
Echoes from AEG. Actually, I have Echoes right here. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but hopefully soon. So still on my anticipated list. This has tile laying. It has simultaneous play. Sounds really interesting to me because I like simultaneous play. I think it helps keep games moving instead of player 1 take a turn, player 2 take a turn, and it's another, few minutes before it gets back to your turn. So really interested in playing Echoes from AEG.
Number 1.
Adventure games from Cosmos. Melissa and I saw a German copy of this at Gen Con, and the more we saw it, the more interested we got. Now, we love the escape room type games like Exit and Unlock, and they're cooperative, and this new series, the Adventure series, is cooperative, but they have a little bit differences in this new series, which makes it sound really, really cool. It's not time-based, so you don't feel rushed, and it's more focused on the story and discovery, which I really like. And it really is dependent on the player decisions for how you progress through the game. And it appears they're starting with three different scenarios: the dungeon, monochrome, and Die Vulcanensel. I think I said that close. Now, that wraps up the 10, but there's actually one more that I'm really excited about. I didn't feel like I should put it on the list, and it is the new Time Stories, the Blue series that's coming out from Space Cowboys. You may know that the White series is complete, and now they're sort of launching this new Blue series. They refined the gameplay, and it's more action-based instead of time-based with the time units that you had in the past. There's no dice in this new series, and they have these little tokens called Azrak that you're using. I think it's going to help the player experience be way, way better. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Melissa and I actually designed the Tidal Project, and the Blue series is starting. The Blue cycle is starting with the Tidal Project. Up front, though, we actually designed the scenario under the White cycle. We didn't even know there was a Blue cycle at the time. And we can't wait to see this published. I actually don't know if it's going to be for sale at Essen. We'll just have to keep our eyes and ears out. But look for the Tidal Project coming soon from Space Cowboys. I'd love to hear what games you're excited about that will be at the Spiel Fair in Essen, Germany. Let me know in the comments below, and we would love for you to subscribe to this channel. Hey, since I recorded the top 10 list, I was able to play Dogguard's Academy for Mind Clash Games, the expansion to Trickerion, and really enjoy how the Protege and the Academy board works. And I found out that Floodgate Games might be demoing Cosmic Colonies. This is a prototype. I was able to look at this at Gen Con. It sounds really cool, so we'll get a video out for this shortly. Cartographers will be for sale as well. A cool roll and write from Thunderworks Games. And I just heard that Asmodee will be sending us an advanced copy of Deep Blue. I think it's the next Days of Wonder game, so we'll get more information about that out as well. I think there might be an embargo until the end of September, but look for some more videos coming from Tantrum House.